Good afternoon. My name is Don Keller. I'm a clergy member of this annual conference, pastoring a church in the East District, and I'm honored to serve you as chair of the Conference Board of Camp and Retreat Ministries. During the past year, we've been hearing a lot from and about our 4 camp programs and properties. Mostly, we've been hearing about how they, like everyone else, have been struggling with the special challenges brought on by the pandemic. I'm pleased to report that with your support, that is, you personally, your churches, your conference agencies, conference leadership, and more, the camps were able to hold their own during 2020 and are now planning a safe and robust program for 2021. We're also looking forward to coming back up to speed in our mission of serving with your congregation in a common ministry of evangelism and discipleship. We're putting to use what we've learned about running our camps safely. As of the writing of this report, all 4 camps are taking registrations for summer camp, for family programs, and for retreat opportunities for your church. I'm here mainly, though, to bring you up to date on the progress of the resolution you passed last year, giving the Board of Camp and Retreat Ministries and the Board of Trustees permission to move forward with the sale of up to 50 plus or minus acres at Camp Inaba to resolve some liabilities the camp has been carrying for several years. Much work has been done on this project, and there is much more to do. We are intentionally moving slowly enough to be careful to do at every step what is in the best interest of the camp and the conference. Every day we learn more and grow in our stewardship of God's gift. Saying that, let me show you what has been done. When we gathered last year, we were considering the sale of 3 pieces of Camp Inaba, which we figured totaled about 50 acres. Those pieces were this parcel south of French Creek, this parcel on the western side of the camp, and what is now the day use area on the north side of the camp. As it turns out, when we got a more detailed map of the area, the southern and western parcels totaled just over 50 acres. So our work is concentrated there, leaving the day use area intact. These 2 parcels happen to be in a different township than the rest of the camp, but the same township as each other, which facilitates the work. The southern parcel is cut off from the rest of the property by French Creek and is not usable by the camp at all. The western piece is used only for hiking trails and hay rides, and the home of an assistant manager, which would be divided off and not part of the sale. Without going into the daily details of the past year, let me tell you where we are now. We are currently securing the work of appraisers and engineers to do the necessary surveying and legal work with South Coventry Township. There is significant work that must be done and a price tag that matches. We are also in conversation with neighbors who are interested in buying these properties. An arrangement with 1 or more neighbors will greatly reduce the amount of engineering, legal, and preparatory work that needs to be done before the property can be sold. There will still be a lot, but it would be considerably less. These neighbors also expressed their desire to keep the properties undeveloped. And in the case of the western parcel, the land would still be available for the limited program usage we now enjoy there. If all continues to move forward, the camping board expects that the sale of these properties will be completed by the fall of this year. We still do not have a solid estimate on the expected net proceeds of these sales, but believe that they will cover the liability. At the same time, a completely separate conversation has begun with the French and Pickering Creeks Conservation Trust regarding a conservation easement on the remaining 127 acres of the camp property. In a conservation easement, the trust pays the landowner to limit development of the land to some very specific guidelines worked out between the 2 parties. These guidelines can vary for different parts of the property. If this effort continues, We would be careful to identify the parts of the property where there may be future development and those parts which are in our best interest to maintain in their natural state. The beginning of those conversations are indicated on this map as well. We are very early in this conversation. Rest assured, we would not take any action on something like this without coming back to this body for approval. That would happen next year. In the meantime, we celebrate with you our shared ministry and encourage you and your churches to take advantage of these sacred spaces. Take time to be holy in these intentional places set apart to connect with God. Thank you.